Today we are going to cover structuring your desktop, structuring your applications, and how to launch things instead of just double clicking on them. You might be wondering, why can't I just double click? Well, all operating systems are designed to kind of force you to use programs that they own or recommend. So to some degree it's marketing and dependency that they want to develop. And to a further extent, it's other applications that might be better. They want to try to like kill that competition. So, and this includes Apple. Everyone does it. So I want to get everyone past the concept of just double clicking on stuff and letting the computer make the decision for them. However, before we get to that, I want to look at some desktop features. I've noticed some of your desktops are getting pretty messy. If you're using multiple desktops, this doesn't happen as much, but I do want to look at how you can manage this. First of all, the View menu. Clean up by name. If you notice, it shuffles everything. So, View sort by kind. And then this feature, which I like, sort by snap to grid. This puts everything in a tight little square, a little grid. It does not let you take this image and just, sorry, I put that in the folder, which was stupid. Take this out. It doesn't let you just take this image and drop it. Notice how it aligns it. It keeps it straight. It doesn't let you just stack them. Alright, so again, View, sort by, snap to grid. And then you can do cleanup by date modified, and it will arrange these based on newest to oldest. Okay. Show view options, or Command J, lets you adjust your icon size. I find this to be very handy on smaller screens. So if you were, showing your kids something on the desktop and you really wanted to show them just a couple of things, you could make these larger, but for the most part I try to keep them about right here, about 40 grid spacing. So if I go over here to the left, you pretty much are all thumbnails, and if I come over to the right, you get more text below. Let's stay in the middle. Text size for readability. Notice how it makes it much bigger and easier to read. I like that. Alright. So not a huge feature, but I do think it's nice to like keep things organized, and it always helps me find things visually. Alright, the next thing I want to do is look at my applications folder. Now I've cleaned off my applications, and I actually want to structure this bar with things that I use all the time. So I'll start down here, VLC Media Player. I'm going to kind of get all my media together. Text Edit, one of my favorite applications, which hopefully in the future you might embrace as well. Safari, I don't like. I'm going to skip it. I'm using the QuickTime Player, so I can't access that. Preview, I like Preview. It's a media application. I'll put it here. Mail, have to use that for work. Put it here next to the address book. Well, looks like I lost that one. There we go. Third time's a charm. LibreOffice. iWork. I use Pages. I'm going to put it next to LibreOffice. And I use Keynote. I'm not really a numbers user. Alright, and maybe, I think that's it for now. I'll add another one if I need to. Alright, so I've got all these down here. Now, normally, this is what I do instead of double clicking on things. I grab the document that I want to open, and I choose what I want to open it with, and I drop it on the icon, and it will open. And this is a list of people that had tech issues. This is not some kind of list of angry people that I keep. That was a joke. I hope you're laughing. Don't save. Alright, So I decided to open README with TextEdit. I'm going to close TextEdit now, and this time I'm going to drop this on LibreOffice. Now notice, as I move it, TextEdit will open it, Preview won't. iTunes says it will open it, but it probably won't, and if it does, it'll do a bad job. I move it across, Pages will not open this file. LibreOffice says it will open it, so I'm going to drop it and see if it will open. Alright, LibreOffice is reading it. It's not 100% sure what it is, but it's going to give it a shot. This is just a different way to format it. It's just an unformatted text file, which most of you don't use. But here it is. So LibreOffice opened it up for me. But the most important thing to remember is that when I took this and I drag it across, the applications that could attempt to open it, they light up. They like turn gray. Alright? Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's fine. But is this something I really need to do? And the answer is, I think it is, because it'll give you a better user experience. And again, I keep making a shortcut of this instead of just putting it on the desktop. So, alright. For example, if I click on this and I have a photo editor installed, like Photoshop, Photoshop will probably try to open it. Well, do I really want to open Photoshop, which actually is a huge program and takes a while, or do I just want to preview this? Now, we all know we can hit the spacebar and preview it, but I can also drag it and preview will light up. And open it. In addition, I might notice that something else happens. TextEdit. TextEdit can open an image. No. So when I tried it, it didn't work. If you've got iPhoto down here, iPhoto will open it. The Seashore program, which I asked everyone to install, is a pretty decent image editor and it's free. It will open it. But basically, instead of just clicking this and taking whatever the computer does, I'm directing it to what I want it, to where I want it to go. This is very handy with movies. So on an Apple, by default, QuickTime will try to play files, and the DVD player will try to play DVDs. And you can do what's called changing the file association, but that's not really necessary. And not only that, when you change file associations, you also have to remember that you've told the computer from now on, use this program to do whatever. And then in the future, if there's a problem, you might struggle because you forgot that you actually told the computer to only use this program, so now it has no other options. The reason I'm telling you this is that VLC, by far, is the best media player that you can get for Mac or Windows. It's my opinion, but it's what we use for pretty much everything in IT. We use it in the auditorium to power all of our presentations. The reason is it lets you open things in their own window and then move that window around. So like when we're doing presentations, we can drag it onto the next screen, we can have a playlist on the left side, etc. When you use QuickTime or when you use the DVD player, it wants you to have the best experience possible. So it makes all of your windows black and it frames the video so that it looks really good. But now you're struggling to control it, and if you're just watching a movie for yourself, it doesn't matter. You just click the movie, it starts to play, fine. But if you're showing stuff in class, you might want to put it on your extended desktop. So if you grab a movie and you take it to VLC and drop it, it will open up and you can play it. And also,
okay, today we're going to show you how to...
I'm going to stop this. Not that I don't like Patrick, but 2 videos going at once would be crazy. Also, you can open a video in VLC and you could open one in QuickTime and run them side by side. So there's lots of things that you can do, but if you just double click, it's just going to open everything in QuickTime. The other problem is this. If you double click on a movie format that QuickTime does not understand, it might tell you the Apple cannot play it. In fact, VLC can play everything. So if you just drag your movies on top of the VLC icon, you don't have to worry about this. VLC will try to play it, and I haven't found anything VLC can't play. Alright, so I think that's about it for like structuring and using applications in drag and drop mode instead of just double clicking. Play around with this. It's good to experiment with the bar. If you don't know, if you put your mouse over the bar here and then you right click or control click, you get dock options. This is the dock and these are the options. I normally use magnification. I keep mine at the bottom. If you do want to reposition it, probably to the left, because if you're extending your desktop in class to the right, your bar will go all the way over to the Promethean projection. And then dock preferences, again, you can adjust the size and what happens when you like move your mouse across, etc. Alright, thanks for your time and see you again soon for one last video.